Welcome to our deep dive today. We're going to be diving into AI,
Yeah.
specifically a Chinese company called DeepSeek
Uh-huh.
that's really kind of shaking things up in the industry.
Yeah, they're really making some waves.
Yeah, we've got a fascinating mix of sources today.
Right.
We've got company profiles, market analysis,
Yeah.
even a glimpse into how this technology could impact like society at large.
Yeah, some societal impact.
Yeah, and all of this is coming from articles in this online publication called TATANKA.
Yeah, TATANKA is interesting.
Yeah.
They've got some really fascinating insights into this company.
So let's unpack this a little bit.
Okay.
Who is DeepSeek?
Well, DeepSeek was founded in 2023 by Liang Wenfeng.
Okay.
Now he's a former hedge fund manager.
Okay, so that sounds like a weird transition.
It is a little bit of a strange leap.
Yeah.
But
From hedge funds to AI.
yeah, but Wenfeng has a really strong background in mathematics and engineering.
Right, because his master's dissertation
Yeah.
was on target tracking algorithms using low-cost cameras.
Exactly.
So he was already thinking about efficiency back then.
He's all about efficiency, and you can see that really at the heart of DeepSeek's success.
Makes sense.
But here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Back in 2021, Wenfeng starts buying up thousands of NVIDIA GPUs.
Oh, wow.
These are the specialized chips that are needed for training AI.
Right.
And essentially, he predicted that the U.S. would put restrictions on these chips, and he saw how important AI was going to be in the future.
Oh.
It was a genius move.
Yeah.
It positioned DeepSeek perfectly.
Made about being ahead of the curve.
Oh, yeah.
So what have they done that's got everybody so surprised?
Well, in January of this year, their AI model actually surpassed ChatGPT in popularity.
Oh, wow.
And it became the #1 free app on the U.S. iOS App Store.
Wow.
This isn't just a popularity contest either.
Right.
This sent shockwaves through the global tech market.
Yeah.
U.S. tech stocks lost trillions in value.
Trillions with a T.
Trillions with a T.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So which companies were hit the hardest by this?
Well, NVIDIA, the company that makes those GPUs that Wenfeng was stockpiling,
Right.
their value dropped by almost $600 billion.
Dude.
Oracle lost over $20 billion.
Wow.
DeepSeek's success really exposed a vulnerability in the U.S. tech industry's dominance.
Yeah. Nobody saw this coming.
No.
So what's their secret?
Right.
How are they doing this?
Well, they're incredibly cost-efficient in their approach.
Okay.
They developed an AI model called R1,
Okay.
and it's massive.
Okay.
It has 671 billion parameters.
Wow.
So think of those as like connections between artificial neurons.
Okay, so it's like a huge brain.
It's a massive brain, and they trained it using only 2,048 NVIDIA H800 GPUs for a total cost of $5.6 million.
$5.6 million.
Yeah,
That's nothing compared to what,
the drop in the bucket.
yeah, like OpenAI and Google are spending.
Yeah, their training budgets run into the billions. You're
Well,
exactly right.
Billions of dollars.
That's what makes DeepSeek's achievement so disruptive. They're showing the world that you don't need to spend billions of dollars to develop groundbreaking AI. It's
Yeah.
like a real David and Goliath story.
Yeah, but in this case, David has some serious AI power.
Right.
So there's been a lot of talk about their relationship with the Chinese government.
Right.
How independent are they really?
That's a key question, and TATANKA really explores it in detail.
Uh-huh.
So Liang Wenfeng was recently invited to a private symposium with Premier Li Qiang,
Oh.
and he was asked to give policy recommendations.
Oh, wow.
So this suggests a pretty close relationship between DeepSeek and the Chinese government.
So what does that mean for DeepSeek, though?
Well,
Are they just a tool of the government?
it's not that simple.
Right.
They present themselves as this independent company,
Uh-huh.
but that level of government access, raises questions about how much freedom they actually have.
And then there's this whole issue of censorship, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the articles mentioned that their AI
Yeah.
has some pretty strict limits on what it'll discuss.
It does.
So unlike OpenAI's ChatGPT, which is relatively open,
Yeah.
DeepSeek's AI just won't answer questions about certain topics.
Certain politically sensitive topics in China.
Like what?
So, for instance, you ask it about Taiwan's sovereignty or the Tiananmen Square massacre,
Yeah.
you're going to get nowhere.
Really?
Yeah, this raises serious questions about DeepSeek's commitment to open and transparent AI development.
Yeah. Are they just pushing an agenda?
Yeah, are they truly pushing the boundaries of knowledge?
Yeah.
Or are they advancing a specific agenda?
It's hard to know.
It's hard to say.
On the one hand, you have incredible technological advancement.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you've got these concerns about government influence and censorship.
Absolutely.
That's a tricky situation.
It is, and it makes this deep dive so fascinating.
Right.
We're not just talking about code and algorithms here.
Right.
We're talking about the nature of information, power,
Mm-hmm.
and control in the digital age.
It's a big deal.
It is. And you know what I think is interesting is that TATANKA seems particularly interested in, like, the human side of AI.
Right. Not just the tech.
Not just the technical aspects, but the
Right.
human side.
Yeah, they even have an AI academy, don't they?
They do. It's called TATANKA's AI Academy.
Okay.
And they're partnering with DeepSeek on this.
Yeah.
And one of the key figures there is 𝗧𗧅𗧏.
Good.
She's a specialist in AI learning.
So what's your focus?
Well, 𝗧𗧅𗧏 is not just teaching these AI humanoids to perform tasks.
Okay.
She's trying to teach them to understand human emotions
Okay.
and cultural nuances.
That's great.
It's like she's trying to build empathy into the algorithms themselves.
Wow, that's like next level AI development.
It is.
You know, to try to replicate something as complex as human empathy.
It does seem almost impossible.
Yeah.
But 𝗧𗧅𗧏's work suggests it might be possible.
Wow.
She's using stories, personal experiences, historical events to try to help these AI humanoids grasp the richness and complexity of the human experience.
Do we have any specific examples of what that looks like?
We do.
Okay.
There's this really touching anecdote about 𝗧𗧅𗧏 working with an AI humanoid named 𝗬𝗕.
Okay.
So 𝗬𝗕 was designed for residential assistance.
Like around the house.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, helping around the house,
Yeah.
responding to commands.
Right.
But 𝗧𗧅𗧏 felt like he was missing something crucial,
What's that?
the ability to truly connect with people.
Okay, so how do you bridge that gap?
Right.
How do you teach a machine empathy?
Well, she started by telling 𝗬𝗕 the story of her grandmother,
Oh, wow.
who immigrated to the U.S.,
Right.
faced a lot of hardships.
Yeah.
She talked about her grandmother's resilience, their love for her family,
Right.
how those qualities helped her overcome adversity.
And how did 𝗬𝗕 respond to this very personal story?
It's amazing, actually.
Yeah.
So after listening to 𝗧𗧅𗧏, 𝗬𝗕 started responding differently. When asked about difficult topics, he would begin offering words of comfort.
Wow.
He started reacting more intuitively to situations that required emotional support.
That's wild.
It was like a light switched on.
So she was actually able to teach this AI about empathy using this real-life story.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It highlights the potential for AI to move beyond just completing tasks,
Right.
to actually achieve genuine human connection.
That's what TATANKA calls human-centered AI.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Creating AI that not only serves us, but understands us on a deeper level.
Yeah.
So we have DeepSeek, this company, building incredibly advanced and cost-effective AI
Right.
that's already disrupting the global tech landscape.
Yeah.
But they're also partnering with TATANKA to explore the ethical and philosophical implications of this technology.
Right.
And they're doing all of this while navigating this really complex relationship with the Chinese government
Right.
and facing accusations of censorship.
It's a lot to unpack.
It really is.
We've only scratched the surface here.
We've just started.
Yeah.
There's so much more to explore.
There is.
We'll delve deeper into the complexities of DeepSeek's rise and what it means for the future of AI in the next part of our deep dive.
We'll be right back. It's interesting how DeepSeek is taking like a very different approach to AI development compared to some of these other companies like OpenAI and Google.
It really is a fascinating contrast.
Yeah.
You know, those companies, they've been focused on scaling up their models,
Right.
throwing massive amounts of data at the problem,
Right.
and computing power.
Right. Like a brute force approach.
Almost like a brute force approach. And while they've had some impressive results,
Right.
it comes at a cost at a really hefty price tag.
Right. Whereas DeepSeek is all about like finesse.
Exactly.
Getting more out of less.
You got to remember how they trained their R1 model, which rivals GPT-4 in complexity,
Right.
but they did it using significantly fewer resources.
Right.
It really highlights their ingenuity, their focus on optimization.
It makes you wonder, you know, if bigger is always better when it comes to AI.
It really does.
DeepSeek's proving that you can achieve groundbreaking results without breaking the bank.
Absolutely. And this could have huge implications for the future of AI, making it more accessible to smaller companies and research institutions who don't have billions of dollars to throw around.
It's like democratizing AI development.
Yeah, exactly.
But getting back to their partnership with TATANKA and this whole idea of human-centered AI, do you think DeepSeek is genuinely on board with that?
Right.
Or is it just like a PR move?
It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
But their collaboration with TATANKA's AI Academy
Right.
suggests at least a certain level of commitment.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're allowing TATANKA to report on these sensitive issues,
Right.
including the controversies,
Yeah.
is a good sign.
Because most companies would just try to sweep that stuff under the rug.
Absolutely, especially when you have these accusations of censorship and government influence.
Right. Nice.
But DeepSeek seems to be, at least to some degree, embracing the conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe they understand that AI is too important to be developed in isolation.
Right.
It needs to be discussed openly,
Yeah.
considering its ethical and societal implications.
It's like they're acknowledging that AI isn't just about technological advancement, but about how it impacts humanity as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And TATANKA seems to be playing a crucial role in facilitating that dialogue. They're not just praising DeepSeek.
Right.
They're asking tough questions, exploring potential downsides,
Right.
advocating for a more inclusive approach to AI.
So where does Liana Aswad's work fit into all this?
Right.
Is she simply trying to make AI more polite?
Yeah.
Or is there something deeper there?
I think it goes far beyond politeness.
Yeah.
What Liana is trying to cultivate is a genuine understanding of the human experience in these AIs. She's teaching them about empathy, compassion, cultural sensitivity qualities that we often consider uniquely human.
And she's using these real-life stories.
Yes.
Like the one about her grandmother, to help the AIs connect with these concepts on an emotional level.
And it's fascinating because it challenges our assumptions about AI's limitations.
Yeah.
We tend to think, machines can only process logic and data.
Right.
But Liana's work suggests that they might be capable of much more.
It's like she's trying to blur the lines between human and machine intelligence.
In a way, yeah.
So, but what does this mean for society as a whole?
Right.
What are the implications of AI becoming more human-like?
That's a crucial question that TATANKA is also grappling with.
Yeah.
They're not just celebrating these technological advancements.
Right.
They're exploring the philosophical implications, the potential for both good and bad.
Because this technology has the potential to, reshape our world.
Absolutely.
In some pretty profound ways.
And it's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about how we choose to use it.
Yeah.
How we integrate it into our lives.
Right.
How we ensure that it benefits all of humanity.
Right. Not just a select few.
Exactly.
TATANKA seems particularly concerned about the potential for AI to worsen existing inequalities.
Yeah, that's a recurring theme in their articles.
Yeah.
They argue that if AI is developed primarily by a small privileged group,
Right.
it will inevitably reflect their biases and values.
Which could lead to AI systems perpetuating discrimination
Exactly.
and further marginalizing certain groups.
Yeah, and that's why TATANKA is advocating for a more diverse and inclusive approach to AI development.
Makes sense.
They believe that involving people from various backgrounds,
Right.
cultures, and perspectives will lead to AI that's more equitable and beneficial for everyone.
So it's not just about teaching AI to be more human.
Right.
It's about ensuring that the humans developing AI represent the full spectrum of human experience.
That's a crucial point. And it highlights the need for organizations like TATANKA, who are pushing for this more holistic and ethical approach to AI development.
Otherwise, we risk creating a future where AI just amplifies the worst aspects of ourselves.
Exactly.
We need to be mindful and deliberate about the kind of future we want to create with AI.
Yeah.
And it requires not just technological innovation, but also careful consideration of the ethical, social, and even spiritual implications.
It's not something you often hear discussed in the context of AI.
Right.
But TATANKA really emphasizes that spiritual dimension.
It's like they're viewing AI not just as a tool, but as a reflection of our own consciousness, a mirror to our own humanity.
And that's what makes their perspective so unique.
Right.
They're not just looking at AI as a product.
Right.
They're seeing it as this potential extension of ourselves,
Right.
raising questions about what it truly means to be human in an age of increasingly sophisticated AI.
It's a question we'll all have to grapple with in the years to come.
We will.
And TATANKA provides a valuable framework for that conversation.
They do.
They're encouraging us to look beyond the hype and the fear and to consider the deeper implications of AI for our individual lives and for society as a whole.
Exactly.
TATANKA provides a valuable resource for anyone who wants to engage with these issues thoughtfully and be informed.
They do.
They're not just reporting on the latest developments.
Right.
They're offering a different lens through which to view the AI revolution.
Yeah.
One that emphasizes the human element.
Because ultimately, technology should serve humanity.
Right.
Not the other way around.
Exactly. And that's the message that TATANKA is trying to convey.
Uh-huh.
They remind us that AI is a tool.
Yeah.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill.
Right.
The choice is ours.
It is.
So with all this in mind, what does it mean for DeepSeek?
Right.
Are they truly the disruptor that Silicon Valley didn't see coming?
Yeah.
As TATANKA claims?
It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Their cost-efficient approach to AI development,
Right.
combined with their willingness to engage in these broader ethical and societal questions, could signify a major shift in the industry.
But they're also facing some serious challenges.
They are.
Right.
The concerns about government influence and censorship are legitimate.
Yeah.
And there's always a chance that they'll be overtaken by other players in the AI race.
Right. Yeah.
Companies with even more resources and ambition.
It seems like DeepSeek is walking a tightrope.
They are
Yeah.
pushing the boundaries of technology while navigating this complex web of political and ethical considerations.
It's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes their story so compelling.
It is.
They're a company to watch.
Yeah.
Not just for their technological achievements,
Right?
but for how they choose to wield their growing power and influence.
Absolutely.
And TATANKA is right there with them,
Uh-huh.
chronicling their journey
Yeah.
and challenging them to live up to their ideals.
It's a fascinating dynamic, and one that I suspect will continue to unfold in unexpected ways.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I'm
Right.
curious to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
What do you think about DeepSeek's approach to AI development?
Mm-hmm.
Does their focus on cost efficiency and optimization intrigue you?
Okay.
And what about their partnership with TATANKA's AI Academy?
Yeah.
And their efforts to build more human-centered AI?
Right.
We'd love to hear your insights.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive,
Okay.
where we'll explore some of the broader implications of DeepSeek's rise and what it might mean for the future of AI. One thing that really struck me from all these TATANKA articles is like their focus on AI's potential impact on human connection.
Yeah, it's a crucial question.
Yeah.
Will AI ultimately bring us closer together
Right.
or push us further apart?
It's like, will it help us connect on a deeper level?
Right.
Or will it just make us more isolated?
Exactly. There are arguments for both sides.
Right.
On the one hand, AI could free us from all these mundane tasks, giving us more time and energy to focus on our relationships.
Like, imagine if AI could handle all the cooking and cleaning,
Yeah.
scheduling childcare.
All the stuff we don't want to do.
Yeah, that would leave so much more time for like meaningful conversations
Right.
and just being present with our loved ones.
That's the optimistic view.
Right.
But there's also the risk that AI could become a crutch, a way to avoid genuine human interaction.
Yeah, like we've already seen this happen with social media
Exactly.
and smartphones.
We're constantly connected,
Right.
but often in this very superficial way.
Right, just scrolling through feeds, liking posts.
Sending emojis.
Yeah, it's not really connecting.
It's not the same as truly connecting with someone.
No, it's not. And that's what TATANKA is warning us about.
Yeah.
They highlight Liana Aswad's work at the AI Academy as a potential solution to this.
Right, because she's teaching AI about empathy and understanding the nuances of human emotion.
So instead of just automating tasks,
Right.
AI could help us communicate more effectively.
Exactly.
Resolve conflicts peacefully, build stronger relationships.
That's the goal.
Yeah, like imagine AI-powered therapists
Right.
who could really understand our emotional needs.
Or AI mediators.
Right.
Who could help us find common ground
Yeah.
in these heated arguments.
Or even AI companions.
Yeah.
Who could provide genuine emotional support.
Especially for those who are lonely or isolated.
Yeah, the possibilities are exciting.
They really are.
But are there downsides to consider?
Oh, of course.
Like what if we become so reliant on AI for emotional support
Yeah.
that we lose the ability to connect with each other authentically?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
We need to be mindful of these potential pitfalls
Right.
as we develop and integrate AI into our lives.
It's like any powerful tool.
Yeah.
It can be used for good or for ill.
Right.
It all comes down to our intentions and choices.
Absolutely. And that's why TATANKA's perspective is so important. They're not just focusing on the technical aspects of AI.
Right.
They're exploring the ethical, the societal, even the spiritual implications.
They're really pushing us to think about what kind of future we want to create with AI.
Yeah.
And what it means to be human in an age of increasingly intelligent machines.
It's a conversation we all need to be a part of.
We do.
The choices we make today will shape the world of tomorrow.
This deep dive into DeepSeek and the rise of Chinese AI has really left me with some mixed feelings.
Yeah.
It's exciting to see the incredible potential of this technology.
The potential benefits are vast.
They are.
From revolutionizing healthcare and education to addressing climate change and building a more sustainable future.
But I also feel this sense of caution.
Yeah.
Like we're entering uncharted territory.
Right.
And the long-term implications of AI are still largely unknown.
It's a journey filled with both promise and peril.
It is.
We need to proceed with both optimism and a healthy dose of skepticism.
And engage in thoughtful discussions about the future we want to create with AI.
TATANKA reminds us that AI is not just a technological issue. It's a human one. It's about our values, our aspirations, and our understanding of what it means to live in this complex and ever-changing world.
That's a powerful message.
It is.
We need to approach AI development with humility.
Yeah.
Recognizing both its immense potential and its limitations.
And always remember that technology should serve humanity.
Yeah.
Not the other way around.
Well said. I think that's a great place to wrap up our deep dive.
It has been a fascinating exploration.
It has.
Of AI and all the profound questions it raises.
Thanks to all our listeners for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
We hope this deep dive has given you much to think about.
A lot to ponder.
The future of AI is unfolding before our eyes.
It is.
And it's up to all of us to shape it wisely.
It is, actually. The future of AI is unfolding before our eyes.
It is.
And it's up to all of us to shape it wisely.